A few days ago, I showed you how to make a green Thai curry paste. Today, we're putting that green curry paste to work in one of Thailand's most iconic dishes. Rich coconut curry, tender chicken, fresh vegetables, and layers of aromatic flavor. This curry paste, when made, as you saw in the last video, was already fried. So let's begin. I will gently fry this for a few seconds before adding the coconut milk. As seen in the first few seconds of the video, this curry paste is packed with fresh ingredients like lemongrass, garlic, shallots, chilies, aromatic spices, creating the foundation for an incredible flavorful curry. So let's make a green curry. So for the ingredients here, I'm using fresh basil. This is not Thai basil, but I've had to use regular basil. I'm using Thai eggplants, lemongrass, kaffir lime leaf. I have a few onion wedges, some sweet chili pepper, of course the green curry paste, and boneless chicken. I have a mix of chicken breast and thighs, about 225 grams, and some onion wedges. This is for my presentation. Helps release the essential oils and aromas, building depth before any liquid is added. In most Thai curries, the eggplant is just added to the curry, but I just want to do something a little different. Fresh vegetables adds texture, color, and balance, making every bite a little different. The color is great, just beautiful. Alright, curry paste goes in, just a little oil, just give it a quick toss. Frying the curry paste in oil or coconut milk will help unlock those deep aromas, removing the raw harshness of ingredients. Keep stirring until the coconut milk splits, or you see the oil from the coconut milk and the curry paste rise to the surface. Now it's time to add the protein. This is the chicken. Stir fry until the chicken turns white. And now I add a cup of coconut milk. It's a little thick, so it will go a long way. I almost forgot the lemongrass. Well, I'll add it in right now. You can also add the lemongrass at the same time as the chicken. Coconut milk can do a number of things, like adjust the consistency, remove intense flavor. It can also water down your curry, so then you'd have to rebalance or boost the flavor with fish sauce, curry paste, sugar, etc. With the chicken almost done, I go ahead and add in the eggplant first, and about a minute later the peppers. Depending on how you make your curry paste and the color, you might want to puree some spinach with a little coconut milk. I did mine with a little water. About a cup of spinach, and I strained it. And you can see just how it adds a nice color without affecting the flavor of the curry. I've tasted it and adjusting with a little sugar. You can use palm sugar or brown sugar, even white if you need to. Turn off the heat and add about a cup of basil leaves, and the dish is complete. I'm happy with the balanced flavor. Sometimes a little fish sauce is added around the rim of the pan just before adding the basil and turning off the heat. The curry tastes great. Serve with jasmine rice, egg noodles, vermicelli noodles, roti, even crispy baguette. The curry is creamy, aromatic, slightly spicy, and packed with fresh herbs. This is why Thai green curry remains one of the most beloved dishes in Thai cuisine. If you're following the 30 Days of Wok series, let me know in the comments below if you go for store-bought or homemade. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring the bell and I'll catch you on the next wok adventure.